Hey everybody, this is Mr. Ainsworth, and we're going to get into our 10th lesson and just quickly cover how to multiply whole numbers and improper fractions or even proper fractions the easy way. All right, so let's take a look at some examples here. All right, suppose we have, I don't know, let's start small and build up. 4 times 2/3. All right, there's two ways you can do it. You can multiply first and then divide. Okay, I didn't mean 2/3. Let me change that. Okay, I meant 3/2. That's what I meant to say. So 4 times 3/2. So we can multiply first and then divide, or we can divide first and then multiply. And then let's see if you can figure out which one's going to be the easiest, especially as we get bigger and bigger numbers here, okay? So the first way to do it is you can do a 4 times 3, which is 12, then divide it by 2, which is 6. Or if we rewrite the same problem here, you can divide first and then multiply. So you can take 4 divided by 2 as 2, and 2 times 3 is 6. So notice that the answers are the same, all right? And they better be, because there's only one correct answer for each one of these problems. Okay, here I multiplied first, right here, and then divided. I got 4 times 3 is 12, divided by 2 is 6. And here, on this one here, I divide first and then multiply. What do you think is faster? Okay, one more time. This is multiply first, okay, then divide. That's way number one. Way number two, here I divide first, all right, then multiply. Then multiply. All right, what's faster? Which method is easier and faster? That's my question to you. I want you to think about that. I'm not going to answer that now because it may not be apparent in this example because the numbers are too small. All right, but in my next example, it will be apparent. So I want you to think about that as we go through a few examples here. And then after that, we're going to do it the fastest and easiest way. All right, we're going to take a look at one more example here. Let's take a look at something like this. Let's take a look at 18 times 5/6. Okay? All right, two different ways now. We're going to multiply first. Okay, so the first way is 18 times 5. See right there? What's easier, 18 times 5 then divided by 6, or 18 divided by 6 first? Think about that. Let's do it the multiplying way. Let's multiply first, okay? So let's multiply these two. 18 times 5 is 50 plus 40, or 90. All right, divided by 6. And then you have to divide here and get 90 divided by 6. What in the world is that? And if you don't know, it's 15. Then you'd have to take it off to the side and do this. You have to divide here. Remainder 3. After you subtract, bring down to 0. 6 into 30 is 5. It's 15, guys. It's 15. So that's if you multiply first. Well, how about this? Let's try the different way. Let's divide first. All right, let's divide right here. 18 divided by 6 is 3. 3 times 5. Ooh. Now, which method is easier and faster? Multiplying first or dividing first? And hopefully you pick the second method here. Dividing first is always faster if it's possible. Okay? And I'm going to say it's this right here. Dividing first if possible, I'll put that in parentheses here, if possible, all right, is always faster and easier. So you got to remember that. So let's go ahead and go through a couple more examples here, and let's practice dividing first, then multiplying as our faster and easier method. Okay, although there's two ways to do it. So example 3, let's take 24 times, I don't know, 3/8. Okay, all right, so what we want to do is divide first. So we take 24 divided by 8, and that's 3. 3 times 3, well, that's 9. All right, divide first. All right, 24 divided by, you always divide by the denominator, and you should know that. If not, if you didn't know that, then, well, hey, you just learned something right there. Let's try it again. Let's take, I don't know, 35 times 7/5. All right, take 35 times 7, then divide by 5, or 35 divided by 5, then multiply that result by 7. I don't know about you, but this is easier. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 7 times 7, 49. All right, let's do a few more times. Let's take um, 55 divided by 4/11. It looks complicated. 55 times 4, I mean, some people can do that in their head, then divided by 11 here. But hey, let's do it the easy way. 55 is divisible by 11 5 times. All right, 5 times 4, 20. One more time. Let's take 68 divided by 7 halves. All right. Now, 68 times 7 would be tough for some people, but 68 divided by 2 will not, because half of 68 is half of 30 and half of 8. Now, excuse me, I said the answer. Half of 60 and half of 8. So when you divide something by 2, take a half of 60, which is 30, half of 8, which is 4, and you get 34. Then take 34 times 7. And then you're going to have to kick in your technique from lesson 2. I've taught you how to do this already. 7 times 34 is 7 times 30, which is 210, plus 7 times 4, which is 28. 210 plus 28, 238. All right. So 200 and, whoops, I got to spell it right here. 210 plus 28 is 238. All right. You multiply the results. 7 times 34 is 238. If you want to think about it in your mind, 210 plus the 28, 238. Okay, you can write the intermediate results. And that's how it's done, my friends. If, for some reason, the denominator is not divisible, all right, or excuse me, the numerator is not divisible by the denominator, well, then you're forced to multiply. So, for example, if you have, let's say, 8 times, let's say, 3/5, notice 5 is not divisible in 8, so you're forced to multiply. So go ahead and multiply first here, and you get 24/5. Then divide, and 5 divides into 24 4 times with 4 remaining. Okay? If you don't see that in your mind, then do it on the side. 5 divides into 24 4 times. Subtract. You get remainder 4, so 4 and 4/5. So one more time. If you, oh, sorry about that. It's my crazy phone. If you cannot divide by the denominator, don't worry about it. So 9 times, let's say 7, let's say. 9 is not divisible by 7, so don't worry about it. Go ahead and multiply. 9 times 3, 27, divided by 7. 7 divides into 27 3 times. 3 times 7 is 21, so remainder 6. So 3 and 6/7. All right, but when possible, go ahead and divide first and then multiply. So back up here. The fastest and easiest way is divide first and then multiply. Okay? 18 divided by 6 is 3. 3 times 5, 15. So that's what we're going to practice in this lesson right here. So lesson 10, let's pass out the practice sheets. In this case, there's 20 of them, okay? Each one's under 30 seconds, so this one should be done in less than 10 minutes. All right, this is Mr. Ainsworth. Keep practicing. I'll see you in my next lesson. Bye-bye.